Hello everyone, it's Martha, and this video is going to be a little bit about loss. As you all know, we lost our little dog Yuki, who was 15, and I want to talk a little bit about what you might go through when you have a loss. Aside from the fact that we lost Yuki, who was a little bit of a special needs dog. She was going to be 16 in November, so she was about 15 and a half. But I shared with you all that she had had a bad stroke last May. So a year and probably a week after, she passed. Health was not on Yuki's side for a big part of her life, probably half of her life. She has Cushing's disease, which is an autoimmune disease. She had diabetes. She was blind. She had had cancer, which she had had surgery for, successful surgery for. And then she had this major stroke, which she never fully recovered from that stroke because she lost the use of, especially her front, was it her right? I think it was her right leg. She couldn't walk on tile because it was slippery, so she would just fall. And so we made sure we put carpeting all over the hallway, and our bedrooms have carpeting. So so we put carpet, like some long carpets in the hallway, and we had a little fence where the end of the hall was. So she was able to walk all over the hallway and in the bedrooms, because if it was on carpet, she would be fine. But she did have a lot of special needs in regards to her medications. And so we miss her a lot. As some people may not understand when you lose a furry family member, how hard it could be, because you just love them as if they're your own family. They are part of your family. They show you so much love and affection, and it's almost like they know when you're mad, they know when you're upset, and they may not be able to verbally express it. But how many videos have we seen online of like these army or police dogs that when they're owner dies, it's just like they just mourn the death of their owner. And I believe they really understand more than what we give them credit for. And so she is greatly missed in our household. Her presence is greatly missed. So loss is a grieving process, whether it's the loss of a relationship, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a job maybe that was very important in your life that you needed, the loss of a pet, especially the loss of a person you loved. Should it be by death or by not having that person in your life anymore, or a pet that you had with you all the time, is a grieving process, and everybody grieves differently. But you certainly mourn something that you had, that you loved, that you cared about very much, that was such an integral part of your life, and all of a sudden it's just not there anymore. But everything that reminded you of that certain someone or that beloved pet, their toys, their blankets, their little clothing, memories, they're all there, but the beloved is not there anymore. And that is very hard, and it's a pain that you have to feel and that you have to process. We all go through it at one time or another in our lives, and there's no escaping it. If we don't deal with it, it's gonna stay there until you're ready to deal with it. So like I said, everybody mourns in their own way and in their own time. So just about a week after we lost Yuki, my mom had a fall. And I mentioned to you guys before that my mom is gonna turn 90 in a couple of weeks. And so she had a bad fall, and her skin is very thin, and it tears very easily. So she tore a lot of the skin off of her right arm. She's bruised and she's like having a lot of pain. And then she tore off all the skin on her left leg. So like I've told you before that she lives with me and I'm her main caregiver. So we've been dealing with that aside from Yuki's death. And sometimes everything seems to happen at the same time. But somehow God always gives us the strength to deal with it, with the peace that he gives us and the faith that we have that everything happens for a reason. And this video is also going to be about our experience. Last week, a few days after Yuki passed, my daughter and I drove to Fort Pierce, where they have a cremation service for your pet, and we were there throughout the process. Since my daughter is a veterinarian, we were able to stay there, and we made sure that it was only Yuki's remains that were given back to us. And so it was a hard experience, but it sort of was like the final goodbye. And so my daughter does have Yuki's remains, and that company was just so awesome and so empathetic and so caring throughout the whole process. And so I want to make this video to show you little bits and pieces of our experience. I'm going to show you what my daughter chose to have her remains in, and the area where in Fort Pierce, Florida, was really close to the ocean. So we drove just a couple miles to the ocean, and I did take a little footage of that, which I want to show you. It was a very peaceful experience. And I'm going to also show you a little gift I got my daughter for her remembrance of Yuki. And that's about it, you guys. We're having a lot of rain here in Florida today, and we're supposed to have like a little disturbance coming from Mexico, and it's showing in the rain. And we've been having a lot of rain lately, especially in the afternoons. It gets like super stormy and cloudy and with a lot of wind. And that's what we're gonna have for the next few days. So anyway, I want to thank all of you for your condolences when I made the little video about Yuki's passing. It meant a lot to me to read all your comments, and I'm sure a lot of you are pet owners as well, and we love our pets so much. So I want to thank you for that. Now I'm going to show you a little footage of our experience when we took Yuki in Fort Pierce, Florida. It was just a very nice ending to our trip. I don't know, but when you look at nature and like the mountains or the ocean or just the trees, the forest, it always brings some peace into your heart and mind. So that was the way that we closed off our visit to what would be a very difficult thing to do, and I was very grateful to be able to be a part of that with my daughter Jenny. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.